Hi folks. Well, I haven't done a football one for a while, so I suppose I should do one after the FA Cup final. Yeah, well, from a Man United fan's point of view, did I expect that we'd win that? No. I suspected that United could, but it would be up to all the players to really, and the manager, to do really well. And the problem is, even at the start of the game, you knew straight away, recently we had the situation where Anthony got injured. In that game, Sancho started on the left and was awful, as he is all the time on the left. They moved him to the right. When he moved to the right, suddenly, boom, it was like a switch had been turned on. And he was suddenly so much better, so much more alive, so much more in the game and doing stuff and trying things. Okay. Rashford has been great on the left, but really, really poor in the middle, as in the centre forward. So what does Ten Hag do on this game? Well, in order to fit Eriksen in, which is like, well, why are you trying to fit Eriksen in? Okay, I wouldn't do that, but okay. That's what he's doing. Well, then the problem again is, who else would you put in? No, that's the problem. Not as if they got strength in depth, so you can't blame the manager for that. That's down to the owners. But, again, he can only deal with the team he's got. That's true, yes. But yeah, starting it that way. If it had started with Sancho on the right, if you want to really push Eriksen in, put him on the left. Well, actually, no. Put Rashford on the left, put Eriksen as a number 10. He's more that sort of player. Put him as a number 10 just behind the front two, which would be Sancho and Rashford. Sancho on the right, Rashford on the left. Have Bruno back in midfield, in between Casemiro and Fred. Because Bruno is better from that position, a lot better. I mean, again, Bruno's been poor. Every time he's been starting on the right, he's been poor. He's not really been able to get in the game, and his passing has been crap. And, everything he does just doesn't seem to work when he's on the right compared to when he's in the centre. So Ten Hag disabled the team to start with by doing that. Now, again, is it because that's all he had available to him? To a certain degree, that is true, yes. What did he have on the bench today? He had McTominay, he had attacking-wise Garnacho, and Garnacho has shown he can come on against a team that's tiring and he can look like a threat because he's got pace. But that's all he can do. Yeah, he might occasionally get a goal, but mainly against a team that's tiring rather than starting the game and doing well. So therefore, no option there. McTominay has shown time after time after time that he just... no. It looks like in the summer they're going to sell Fred and keep McTominay. Part of the reason why I think they're going to keep McTominay possibly is because of the European rule with how many homegrown players you have to have. McTominay is homegrown, Fred isn't. And you've got also Rashford who's homegrown. And I think that probably is about it. Yeah, you'd have to go into the reserves and for the homegrown players. Yeah, so if you keep McTominay, you've got a few. Yeah, you get rid of McTominay, you're struggling for the homegrown players. So, there you go. For that rule, you need homegrown players. So McTominay is better than Fred for that. Although Fred is better slightly than McTominay for normal league games. But so today, I don't think the manager did a good job. Not in any way, shape or form. I think he did an awful job. So I think the way he set things up, had he just set things up differently, that would have made a difference. Put people into positions that they can actually play well at. Sancho, when he was at Dortmund, played on the right, and United bought him because they were impressed at how he played when he played on the right. So what do? They play him on the bloody left. It's insane. They do it so they can shoe another player in. It's ridiculous. Buy a player, play them where they can be best played. Or don't play them. Yeah, but it's like Ten Hag is like, well, no, Sancho will come good on the left. No, he won't. Every time he's played on the left, how many times has he actually come good? What, about 5 times out of 50? No, that you can't rely upon that in any way, shape or form. Play him on the right, where he's more naturally supposed to be playing. Yeah, but again, the front players. Now, at half time, yeah, if this United team had Roy Keane in it, had Steve Bruce in it, had Gary Neville in it, and it had a few others from that time, Andy Cole, Dwight York, whatever, from the treble winning team, guarantee you that Rashford, Bruno, Sancho, and probably Eriksen would be hiding in the toilets at half time because they'd be scared that one of the other players would grab them by the throat and scream at them and ask them what the F they're trying to do out there. Because they weren't trying to get involved in the game at all. They were terrible. Whenever the ball was near them, they'd just basically watch the game. When the ball was bouncing or coming towards them in the air, they made very little effort to actually try and header the ball or try and do anything. They were so pathetic. I was basically saying, I was watching it and just saying to the TV, come on, can one of you just put in a crunching tackle? One of you. Just any of you, just put in a crunching tackle. Just show that you care. Just show that in some way this matters. And they wouldn't do it. Now, I was watching United Stand, and the person who presents that was saying the problem is that the better players are having to carry these other players. No, the problem is the better players are happy to carry these other players. Well, I'm talking about the class of 99, those players. They wouldn't have been happy to carry those players. Oh, they would have been on them. Big time. Anyone not pulling their weight, they would have got one heck of a load of abuse. They would have been, they would have had a go at them. Yeah. But in this, when you've got players like Thuram and Shaw and Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Casemiro, De Gea, all willing to carry Bruno, Rashford, Sancho, Eriksen, Weghorst, McTominay, even Fred, because Fred somehow got man of the match from the Man United fans on the United Stand. They voted him man of the match for some reason. How, I don't know. But again, Fred was poor. He was busy. But the problem is, if all you can do is busy, at the top level, come on. You've got to be able to do a bit more than busy. And Fred, generally speaking, no. Busy is all he's got. So, let him go. Let him go in the summer. Yeah. But this was a test for me, for the manager. And Ten Hag got it completely wrong today. Completely wrong. Ten Hag, certainly, I'm saying, I get annoyed with United Stand because some of the presenters and some of the people are talking about the fact that Ten Hag has done a fantastic season. No, he hasn't. The away form has been atrocious and he's not been able to improve that. And today basically was like the away form. A team just basically no. Yeah. Just not willing to put the effort in. And that's shameful. It should be. You're willing to take the money, but you're not willing to put the effort in. Now, United need a manager who's going to recognise that and deal with that. and go to the board and say, get rid of these players, whatever it costs to the club, get rid of them, because they're going to cost the club so much because they will not put the effort in. I can't work with them. If you're saying to me, these are the players I've got available to me, then I walk away now. That's what United need a manager to do, to get that board to do what it has to do and get rid of the players that just aren't going to do it. Because to be honest, as I say, I don't think Shaw is nowhere near the best left back. Wan-Bissaka is nowhere near the best right back. Lindelof is nowhere near the best centre back. So really, come on. It's not as if they have the ability to carry anyone else, because they're being carried, really. But they are. Varane is world class. Casemiro is world class. Martinez, is that his name? Centre back? Sandro Martinez, he's world class. De Gea was world class. Still sort of is. Shot saving, brilliant, but distribution is part of the game of goalkeepers now, so he's having to be carried to a certain degree. Because you see United trying to play this possession-based football, but they know they can't do it with him. So, the problem is you've got 3 world-class players having to carry a load and having to completely carry 3, 4, 5 players through so many games in a season. So if I was a manager, I would have made a statement to the fans, to the players, to the fans, to the board, to everyone. I would have dropped Sancho completely. If you're going to play him on the left, just drop him. There's no point even playing him. Eriksen, drop him. Rashford, drop him. Or certainly when it comes to the first half, when you see him put in, come on, Rashford. Okay, in the first half there was a point where I can't remember who had the ball. It could have been Sancho, could have been Bruno, I don't know, because Bruno again was awful today. But at one point Rashford was in the right position to be able to have a run on a defence if the ball had just been played to him, but it wasn't. So to a certain degree you can't really say Rashford had a terrible game. He didn't really have anything to work with. But again, did he really put the miles in? And did he put himself about a bit? Not really. So if you're not scoring goals, you need to be putting yourself about a bit to help your team. And he wasn't really doing that. So for me, I would have gone with reserve players. I'd have put in anyone who was hungry, because too many of those players, certainly the front players, not hungry. And so, on United Stand recently, they talked about the fact that Ten Hag suggested that maybe Greenwood will come back. Well, the reality is they need him. Greenwood was by far the best finisher at United when he was playing. Before all that situation. And right now they haven't really got anyone who can finish. So we have an attack that is toothless on most occasions. So you can understand why they're thinking that maybe they should keep Greenwood and use him, because how much is it going to cost to replace him? When you think about how many players they need to bring in, if you've already got a player there that's a top finisher, then what are you going to do? For me, play Greenwood. He wasn't found guilty, so anyway, there you go. You take care. God bless. Speak to you soon. Bye.